Okay, so just a little quick before the video, you may notice a lack of movement in the images that you're seeing on the screen right now, and that's because I accidentally deleted like all of the footage for the second resident, and I really enjoyed her, and I liked like her vibe. Like she's like a gardener, and I made like a cute little like bee box upper garden thing on top of her little unit. And then she had a bunch of like green and like naturey vibes on like the inside of the unit, and I just enjoy her as a sim. And then I accidentally just deleted everything. So accept these screenshots as condolences. But the third resident is very much okay, and we will get to that now. Hey besties. Okay, so this is the like third person in the like container community, like third resident. That's what I'd call it. And so this one, because this container is a lot bigger than the previous two, I wanted to make more than one sim, and so I decided to make like a single father, because I like never make single fathers. So I wanted to make like a single adult father too. Like I really wanted to shake the table a little, you know. Really, you know, do things that I don't normally do. So I made a single father, and I'd imagine that he has a lot more money than the other two residents, because again, his container's bigger. And before he had his daughter, like it was just him, and he had a bigger container. So again, I really think that they have a lot more money. And so I'd imagine he has like Silicon Valley money, like that. That's what I was imagining, like some kind of like tech business that's doing like really well. So he has a lot of money and has a lot of like skill, like either programming or like video games or something. He's doing something with technology. And so I like put in a couple little like nods to that in his container. Yeah, and so I'd imagine that like he's definitely not married. Let me just say that. Like there's no like tragic backstory for like her mother dying. Like I don't think that's the thing. But I do think that like perhaps her mother like left her with her father, and now they just live together and they're like pretty happy, and she's like a little bit spoiled, but like not spoiled rotten, but like spoiled, you know. And there's a big difference, I think. And so I feel like she was like a fancy rich private school and everything, and they just like chill in their little like cozy semi-exclusive container community, you know. Like it feels really bougie in like a hipster kind of way. I don't know, like I'm using a lot of words and I don't know if they're like making sense to you, but like yes. Any vibe that you're getting is the right one. And so this is his daughter, and I love to adjust the like teen or like adults faces first. You may remember that from like my Townie makeover series, but yes, it like helps so much when you do that, because then, you know, they don't grow up looking bad. Like you already know what they're gonna look like as an adult, so it really helps. Because I feel like EA kind of doesn't do that, and that's why a lot of the child sims, like you'll see them if you play in a save for long enough, they grow up and they just don't look good. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that she looked good. And I gave her like freckles, because he has freckles, but I wanted her to have like more freckles. And I also gave her like body freckles, which I don't think I've ever given to any sim, because I honestly just didn't know that it existed. So I wanted to use it for her, and I don't regret it. I think it looks really nice actually. And I wanted her to be like a miniature him, basically. But I don't want to give her like a J name, because I feel like that would be a little too cliche, because like her father's Jonathan and she's like a J name. Like that's just a little too on the nose for what I was going for. But like, I think she's like a nice girl, but like I definitely think that she's definitely spoiled and gets like whatever she wants for sure. And so again, I wanted to like reflect that in whatever she like wears. So I made her everyday wear like the school uniform from Mount Komorebi. Like if you go to school in Mount Komorebi, like your Sims automatically wear school uniforms. So I gave her that, and like I just pretended that it was like a private school uniform because I definitely feel like she would be attending that. And I tried to keep her very like blue and green for some reason. I really don't have a reason, I'm not gonna lie. But like I just didn't want to make her like a cliche like loves pink mean girl. Basically I didn't want to make her Regina George from Mean Girls because I feel like that's been done enough, you know. She can be spoiled without being rotten or like mean and loving pink, like, you know, there's spoiled rich girl diversity. So I feel like you know, she's nice. She's nice. And this is basically like the end of the CAS portion, and then we're gonna move into the build. So I was just trying to get like a decent layout, and the container's still small. Like that's sort of the gag, is that like he has like a bigger container than like what a single sim would normally have, but like it's still quite small. I realized as I was like trying to fit things in, it's still very cramped. But I wanted his room to be like warm-ish, but also very like masculine. So I was trying to balance that, and I never realized how like little option in terms of like beds and like bedding we have, because I usually use like CC stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish we had like the system for beds that like The Sims 2 has, where you can like choose the like headboard and stuff color and then like the bedding color, because that would make my life so much easier when making like no CC builds, because like you would just be able to adapt it more. Like I don't need like a color wheel like The Sims 3. Like I'm not asking for that much customization, but like just a couple swatches, you know, or even just like all the swatches that we have for the bed already, but like separating out the swatch options for like the headboard and then a different one for the bedding. Like I don't think that should be super complicated. Truly, I don't think so, and I would love for that to be a thing. I was just sort of pre-cluttering because I wanted it to be a little bit cluttered. I think he tries to live like a more like normal life, especially now that he has like a daughter. Like I think like they probably don't have like a maid or something. Like I think he's trying to learn how to be like a person again, especially since he's like an adult. I feel like maybe he got like the wealth sort of young and so then he lived like a really extravagant lifestyle in like his young adulthood, and then like he just kind of wants to like be normal-ish. One, for his daughter, but also because he's getting older and, you know, just like experiencing the world as it used to be for him pre-money, I think is kind of nice. And living in a container community, especially in such a small space, I think would probably help his goal of like trying to be normal. That's sort of like the backstory that I had in mind. And so I sort of sacrificed function for fashion because I didn't want to put a stove in. I just didn't. And so I gave them a stove top, but like no oven. So, you know, I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem because honestly, I don't think that he really cooks at all. And they probably like order out or like have like a food delivery service or something. Like, I don't think that he is a chef by any means. So I'm not that mad at it. And I still put like a fire alarm because there's probably a way for it to catch fire. Like, it's The Sims, you know. Most things catch fire just randomly, so I wanted to at least let them have like protection from that. But this is where I was trying to find kitchen clutter, and like I really wanted some upper cabinets. Like, I really did. And there's just like nothing I can do about it. And it sucks. And I complained about it in the previous video, and I'm gonna complain about it now, and I'm probably gonna complain about it in the next one because it's just like so ridiculous. Like, how do you forget to tag cabinets, like all of the cabinets? Like, it's insane. It really is. It drives me up a wall. Like, it was so bad. I was trying to have a nice looking kitchen and I just couldn't. I literally just wanted some pans or something, and definitely some cabinets, but I just couldn't. Like, and I know it sounds really dramatic, but like it really is that serious. And also, does nobody like check these things? Like, do they not have like testers for the game before they like release it? Because I feel like they don't. I feel like nobody plays this game before they like release it to public, and like we are the guinea pigs and they just sort of like adjust things as we point them out, because some of these things are just so big, like, you know, there's just very large things to miss or like mess up, and they somehow make it to like the public version of the game, and it's like, where are the game testers, you know? Because I don't think they exist. Like, I'm sure, and also honestly, if they do exist, because I know that they do, of course, I'm just joking, but like it makes me think of like what things they caught when testing, and the fact that they were able to fix those things and then forget about the other things that make it to public. Like, I can only imagine what some of these things look like pre-quality assurance. But yes, clearly some things, quite a few things, get past the people that look out for those things, and I just wish it didn't. That's all. And so I finally got to Stacy's room, and I made it like lavender, purple, blue, pink, all the colors basically. I wanted to keep it that because I feel like it really worked as like a spoiled little rich girl room color scheme. Like, it's really cute. I really like it actually. And I wanted to clutter it up a little bit more. I also wanted it to still be functional since the space is very small. So I didn't want to put too much. I like it. I think it's probably my favorite room, which is why I picked it for the thumbnail. I think it's just really nice. It's very like childlike in like the best way possible, I think. And then we move on to the like office space, which was kind of also just like a little bit of a hobby room. And I wanted him to have like a really good computer, but then I was like, I was gonna give him the streamer one, but he's not a streamer, like he's just a tech guy, you know? So I just wanted him to have like some stuff and like a nice little like desk setup. And then I wanted her to also have a desk setup in the office because I feel like that would be like a really important time for them to be like separate but together, like working on different things but like in the same space, you know, and like able to interact when they want to. And then I made them just have like a little cute patio space where they can like play games and stuff. And I believe they can eat on that game table too when they aren't like playing games on it. And I gave him like a little globe bar and a little cooler and stuff. Just like a little entertaining space. I like including that in like all my builds now because like your Sims have friends, hopefully. And they kind of need a space to exist with their friends. So I like incorporating that. I think it's really nice. And that's basically the builds. I like it. I would like it better if I was able to have upper kitchen cabinets, personally. I feel like it would have been much nicer. And also a better bed swatch. Like I really didn't like that bed, but it had like some of the colors that I was going for, so I sort of settled a little bit. But I really wish for more swatches and like better organization. But aside from that, I had a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with this. I like the blended. It's really nice and it lets me do two things that I enjoy at once. And yeah.